Christmas.
It's probably as good a time as any to get things underway. I think the fact that you've been asked to be here again, it's obviously to further publicise what's going on July the 14th, but it also, I think, from a sort of journalistic standpoint, it emphasises, despite some of the stuff which you read online and some of the press releases and supposedly considered opinions coming from various sources, what it does emphasise is that this is a huge show and it is still very, very much on course to be taking place on July the 14th. David and Dereck have been in hard training. You only need to look at Dereck to see he's taken some serious weight off and he's getting himself into shape. David's always in shape, walks around in shape, and he'll be fit and ready to go come the night as well. And on top of that, we do have the WBA World Heavyweight title fight between Alexander Povetkin and Haye who everybody will remember from his two fights against Lennox Lewis, a win and a loss. And that fight is still on. And also we can announce today that Matthew Hall, Frankie Gavin and Liam Walsh, and Matthew and Liam both with us sitting behind me, they are added to the bill and will be involved in title fights. Added to that, we can also announce today that there's an important association with the Nordoff Robbins charity, which has been again announced today. Dereck Chisora was with the charity yesterday and learning about exactly what it entails. And it's easy to just forget about that and just talk about what the guys are saying and what the headline quotes are. But this is an important association. What Nordoff Robbins do, 55 years, it's a music industry charity. People like the Rolling Stones, like Coldplay, The Who, Pink Floyd, David Bowie, they've been associated with supporting this. And what it does is divert money to help kids with learning difficulties, with brain damage. It could be autism, it could be dementia, it can be mental health problems, brain injuries. And what Box Nation are going to be doing on the back of the money which is generated by this, there will be a donation which will be going to the Nordoff Robbins charity. And so I think, as well as this being a huge boxing event, it's actually generating something and generating money for a very, very worthwhile cause, which Dereck has viewed firsthand. But anyway, all the major players are here. I'm sure Frank will have a few things to say about some of the criticism which has come from various sources about the fact that the fight is going ahead. And also the two guys, who are well into their preparations now. So I think it's probably an appropriate moment to ask for questions from the floor, and also to ask Frank maybe, first of all, just where this fight stands, and just to emphasise that it's a huge event at Upton Park, big ticket sales, approaching 30,000, is it, Frank? And it is very much on the cards, and it is happening.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us. Regarding, before we talk about the main event, regarding the undercard, we have 4 title fights on the undercard. Frankie Gavin will be fighting for the vacant WBO European Light Middleweight Championship against the opponent to be named. The vacant WBA Intercontinental Light Middleweight Championship will be between Jack Corkay from Germany, who's 11-0 against Manchester's Matthew Hall, and the vacant WBO European Super Featherweight Championship between Liam Walsh from Cromer, who's the Commonwealth champion, who will be fighting Sebastian Cornu from France. So that's another 3 title fights to be added to the main event, which is the the main event between Dereck and David, and also the WBA Heavyweight Championship between Becky and Rutten. And there'll be other contests that will be announced within the next few days. So it's going to be a bumper show, and I'm sure the fans tonight they'll remember. Just from my point of view, I'd just like to say that there's been some talk, and I want to kill this talk now about so-called football hooliganism. That's been stirred up by people who should know better, and I on my finger there, Jeff Powell on the Daily Mail who mentioned in his column. Where on earth he gets that from, I don't know. To my knowledge, and perhaps Adam or David will know better than I, certainly none of their fans were involved in any fights outside the ring, and I know that Dereck's fans certainly haven't, and more so that he supports Manchester United and not West Ham. So I don't know where they get all the rubbish from. You see me last by the Man United shirt. So it's all mischievous, it's all, for me, lazy and poor, that people should say things like that. They should maybe listen to their readers. Daily Mail poll, 72% of the readers disagree with the writers. They want to see the fight, that's what it's all about. They want to see the fight. The same as Boxing News, Trish O'Leary, he conducted a poll for his readers, 75% of the readers in Boxing News, so they want to see the fight. But you know what? Nearly 30,000 people bought tickets to see the fight. This is a good fight, it's a quality fight. What happened in the past happened, it was months ago. The guys are not banned from boxing. This fight is taking place, it's a good fight. As I say, it's the fight that the fans want to see. And whatever these guys have got against each other, sort it out and sell it in the ring. That's the place to do it under proper circumstances. And that's what's going to happen on the 14th of July at West Ham.
Probably a good idea before, I don't know if there's a microphone being passed around, but perhaps, there's Richard, yeah. If you want to ask a question, get Richard Maynard to give you the microphone, and everybody here will answer accordingly.
And that's the questions only from the press.
Yeah. I was just going to say, perhaps, first of all, can we ask the 2 fighters to just say where they are with their preparations, how they're feeling as the big fight date approaches? Either guy, who's going to start?
Hey, I'll go first, it's fine anyway. Preparation is going well for me. I started doing new stuff. I'm excited for the fight. And I can't wait. And I think sooner or later we're shooting a documentary 24/7, and you can see a lot of nuts go. So I'm just ready to fight. Not now though, but maybe in a couple of weeks I'll be ready. Well, you know, what's a little bit out of that.
David, how are you feeling at this stage?
Yeah, I feel good. We've done the 5 weeks out now. I'm always, as you said before, I'm always in good shape. And that's because this time around, and I've got to do a job and do it clean and clinically, and then train and such. I want to go out there and make a statement. And so far, training has gone nice and smooth. Enjoying training, feeling happy in their training. So a lot of the time, sometimes I bring missed 3 sessions, but things seem smoothly going like. So I'm happy where I'm at the moment.
People probably are going to want to some inflammatory quotes from somewhere, but to what extent, Dereck, are you now, do you feel in control of yourself and just preparing strictly for a boxing contest where you sort your differences out, kind of where it wants to be?
You know, for me, like, you know, we talk about my training, my start sparring is early, you know, because I believe in like getting in the ring straight away. I start sparring my first week back in training. So throughout the whole training camp, I'll be sparring. Not very hard sparring, but you know, sparring for me learning my skills. And you know, my opponent, you know, he's a very fast guy, you know, and he can hit, but I've never been hit before, so I'll see if he can hit me. But I'm so looking forward for this fight.
Last time you said you were going to give a long and painful beating. Do you think he's got the power to hurt you?
I don't, you know, we know David's got the power, but has he got the agility to stay in the ring for the next 12 rounds? I don't think so.
What do you make of that, David?
He'll find out tonight, you know. I didn't win the European title, defended 3 times, the cruiserweight championship of the world, unified that. We heavyweight title, but I don't punch hard. I've never been the biggest guy out there, but there's a reason why I've got that 9% knockout rate. And it doesn't come from just running around. You know, I land quality punches, I land hard shots. And I've heard people, when everybody I've ever fought always said the one thing that they were surprised at my punching power. Every person I've ever sparred with, every person I've ever been in the ring with me, have all said the same thing. It's like, I don't know how you produce that power. And watching it from the outside is one thing, but when you're in there, you know, action obviously speaks louder than words. And by the time you realise it, he'll be on his back, looking at the referee counting to about 8, 9, 10.
At this stage of your career, is just a win enough?
No, not for me. I don't just want to win this fight. That's the last one. I know I'm going to fight anyway. It's how I win, the manner in which I dispose of this guy. That to me is the most important thing in this fight. A win, I won't be just happy with a win. I want to go out there and just go, well, I can't really just dispatch that guy that clinically. Well, that's what I will be doing. I'm looking forward to showcasing what I can do. It's been a while since I've had someone my size, someone who I don't have to jump up in the air to try to hit, someone doesn't run away from me when I try to throw a punch. This guy's going to be there. He's going to be there. He's going to be bobbing and weaving, shucking and jiving, doing long jabs to the body. He's going to be jabbing the shoulders. You know, I know exactly what he's going to do. He's going to do exactly what everyone else has tried to do. But he'll get the same treatment.
Do you contemplate losing, though? Is your career on the line? Is that a cliche?
No way I can lose this fight. You can say, you know, we've got to do is land one big punch, but I've seen him land this one big punch on loads of people. He doesn't appear to me as though he's a one punch knockout specialist. You know, with 10 ounce gloves on, you can see him wobble people, but you know, even if Vladimir hit me with his best shot on the chin, I didn't go down. It's what makes him think he can do the same. What makes him think he can knock me out when he's not a proven puncher.
2 trainers are here as well, Don and Adam. Can you give us an insight as to how it's going so far? How he's been working? How's he looking in comparison with previous fights?
No.
No. How about you, Don?
Well, from our side, everything's going, like Dereck said earlier on, everything's going really well. He's going to be in the best shape of his life. It has to be, because we're fighting a chap in the frame of David Haye, who we know is a good athlete. But my guy's a natural born fighter, so that's what's going to make a difference.
Is it the fact that Dereck's a genuine heavyweight? Is that part of what you say?
Yes, that's a factor, but like I said, he's a natural born fighter, and that's what's going to tell the difference.
How do you take David's speed away?
Speed kills if you use it in the wrong way.
Any questions from the audience?
A lot of advice.
Yeah, I agree with you, sir.
Yeah, it's all about it being a real heavyweight. See, I guarantee if you stripped off all the fat from Dereck Chisora, it would weigh the same.
You think he's a real heavyweight just because you've got the gut. Then congratulations, he's a big heavyweight.
I think you better come up with better punchlines, bro. That's whack.
Come on, let's have some questions from the floor. And we've got, what are there, 13 cameras here. There must be a lot of reporters here who are wanting to ask questions. Gareth, Daily Telegraph.
Frank, can you just clarify over the EBU ruling last week, in which they said that they would consider excommunicating the Luxembourg board over their sanctioning of the fight? Could you just clarify that situation?
The Luxembourg board, they're all wearing garlic, so they won't get excommunicated. The fact of the matter is, it's not a European title fight. This fight is sanctioned by the Luxembourg Federation, and it's also sanctioned by the WBO. So that's what it is. This fight's going ahead. That's all that matters. The rest of it doesn't matter. Doesn't mean a thing. Now, the WBO is an organisation that British Boxing Board Control are affiliated to. They've got other title fights on the card. The WBA are affiliated to the British Boxing Board Control. There's the world heavyweight titles on the same card. I don't know why people keep going on about this. We're over that. We're well past that now. Show's on, tickets are sold, and it will take place on the 14th of July. Who cares? I don't care what anybody says regarding the EBU. It has absolutely no bearing on this fight. So it's not a European title fight.
Can I ask both boxers? Obviously, there's a lot of waters passed under the bridge since Munich on February 17th or 18th, whatever the day was. Do you think once you've had your meeting in the ring at Upton Park, you'll be able to stand without cage between you and actually talk together, and then will have settled the differences in the ring?
I haven't got a clue. I know how erratic Dereck Chisora is and has been consistently. So I'll definitely have my guard up to definitely after this fight, that's for sure. I won't be attacking him, put it that way. I think that what I did in Germany and what I'll do on July 14th will be enough for him to say, okay, I'm a superior human being.
Sorry about this, guys. We're just going to have to pause for one moment. Apparently, the cameras are not getting sound at the moment. Is that right, guys?
Yeah.
So we'll just try and rectify that for one moment. So apologies for that. Yeah, sabotage out of the booth, right? Had you heard of the fact that we were in there? Give us a shout when you can hear us properly. Any improvement yet?
Is that better?
Yeah, that's about that. So you're hearing us now. Is that coming through?
We need David to speak. David is one. We can hear Dereck.
There you go.
Testing. Can you hear me on that through your headpieces? 1, 2, 1, 2. No. 1, 2. Can you hear me on that?
Can you hear me on this one? Can you hear that? Or is that because you can hear me on the speakers?
Come on guys, can you do this feed? No feed on that?